Good morning, students. This is a good week. Last week we started Excel. I taught us how to start Excel from the start button or through the type here to search. This is what they call the search type here to search. This is an help. Now, also we clicked on the blank workbook. Then we also looked at this interface. I've explained each tabs and I've explained ribbons. The ribbons here are divided into different groups like the clipboard, font, alignment, number, etc. And I also told us last week that each cell, Excel is divided into different cells. And how do we get cells in Excel? Is through rows and columns. The columns run from up to down, like what you're seeing on my screen. This is column A, this is column B, this is column C, D, like that. And the rows we have is 1, 2, 3. So in short, the columns are labeled alphabetically while the rows are labeled numerically. So how do you now come about cell? A cell in Excel, this is where every manipulation is done. Remember, in Word document, we type in our document window, that blank space, that is where we type whatever we are typing. But in Excel, every typing you are doing should be done inside the cell. So each cell also has a name. Isn't that wonderful? As you can see, we have so many cells. You can see these boxes are also all called cells. And don't be surprised, each of these cells are named. So remember, your name is right from your brother's name. That is why something can be said on you. Okay, Abdullah, do this, and Abdullah will go and do it. But if your dad says someone should do this, at times you start looking at yourself. So each of these cells has names. So you can instruct the cell to do something. Yes, that is the power of Excel. You can instruct each cell to do something. And what is a cell? Because I'll be talking about cell. So what is a cell? To the easiest way I can explain what a cell is. You understand? A cell is an intersection of a row and a column. Every cell has a name, like I said earlier. This is a column, right? And this is a row. You see? This is a column and this is a row. Where they are meeting, where they met is called a cell. So this cell has a name. How do we know the name of a cell? There are two different ways you can know the name of a cell. But I want us to know how cells are named. Remember, all cells has a name. So how do we name a cell? A cell is named, the first name of a cell comes from the column and later the row. How do we mean? What is this column of this cell I have highlighted? That is C. Yes, C, thank you. And what is the row? That is what? 3. So the name of this cell is C3. You see? C3. Let me come here. What is the name of this cell? What is the name of the column the cell is found? Is the name of the column is G and the name of the row is 10. So this cell is G10. You might not want to disturb yourself to know that, but I want you to know it. Also, we have what we call a name box. A name box is a box where the name of the active cell is written. What is an active cell? An active cell is a cell you are currently working on. The cell you are currently working on is called an active cell. So, an active cell on this my worksheet is this, which is what? The G10, because it's the one that is being highlighted. If I type my name in that box now, Adesoji, you see? That name is typed there. So if I mistakenly press a key, you see, it works in that same cell because that cell is still highlighted. So if I want to work on another cell, what do? I come and click here. And I now say, okay, let me put Abdul. Do you understand? You see? You see, if I come to another cell, okay, I want to put 100%. Do you see what is happening? So a cell becomes active when the cursor, you see this greenish line surrounding it, that means you have selected that cell. Once you have something like that, that tells you that anything you are typing, any manipulation you are doing is what affecting that cell you have currently highlighted. And that cell I'm working on now is called an active cell. So since all cell has name and we know how we name the cell, it is interesting and very powerful because every cell has a name and you can describe each cell. You can describe each cell. This cell, I can describe it. This cell is cell J10. The cell J10, and it has a content of a text. Do you see? And the text in this is the name of a person, which is Abdul. This is cell G10, and it has a name of Adesoji, which is a text. This is cell H. This is cell H15. You can see H15. You see, this is cell H15. It contains number and a percentage sign. Do you see? So each cell can be defined. Do you understand me? Each cell can be defined. Now I also want to tell us the data type we have in Excel. We have 4 data types in Excel. Don't be surprised. 4 data types. Data types are the type of data that can be typed in the cell and computer will accept it. What are the data types? You see, this is one and this is another. So we have 4 data types in Excel. What are they? One, we have what we call, let me increase this. I will teach you how you can increase it. If you want to increase your cell, the width of your cell, do you understand? You can come here, come to the boundary between the B column and the C column. You see your arrow changing. You see, this is a drop down arrow, then comes there, it changes to cross, then click and hold. I hope you know how to click and hold. Click and hold and drag and leave. You see? So now the first data type, I want to talk about data type. Data types. The first data type I'm talking about is text. Text. You know what text are? A to Z, capital letter or small letter. Do you understand? They are text. Special characters are text. Special characters like comma, full stop, apostrophe, exclamation mark, just name it. They are all called text. Number 2 is what we call the number. Number 3 is what we call the formula. And number 4 is what we call number 4 is what we call the what is it called? Boolean. Do you understand me? Text, number, formula, and Boolean. The text is A, B, C, comma, just name it. Numbers is 0 to 9. Combinations of 0 to 9. Why the formula? I will teach us about the formula. Formula starts with equals to. Formula. Let's say I want to say A plus B. A plus B. A plus B. A formula should be started with an equals to. And also Boolean. Boolean is a property that shows that a value is either a yes or a no. Do you understand me? It's a property that shows that a value is either a yes or a no. So if a property is either a yes or a no, then we say Boolean is used. This is where I will stop now. I will also still explain about the formula. Do you understand? Thank you, and I hope you'll be in class so that we can talk more about these stuff. Thank you.